Star Talk on Onyx TV.
Waiting for the last time for my friend to change my mind.
I first started like really seriously sort of like writing during the making of Ultra with Depeche. I mean, I'd written things before, but never actually played anything to anybody. And I think during that album I plucked up enough courage to play something to Martin, and he liked it. You know, for a few days the song, we were going to work on the song and it was going to be on the album, and then for some reason the whole team got together and and decided that the song that I'd written didn't really fit with the type of songs that Martin was writing and whatever. And so I think at that point I realized that for whatever reason I was not going to be supported by Martin and Fletch. And I also played some songs to Martin during the making of Exciter, and he seemed like he liked the songs, but showed little interest for the songs to be included on that album. But by that time I'd already decided that after the Exciter tour I was going to record an album, so then we got Paper Monsters. I had overwhelming feelings that, most of it stemming from fear, and I couldn't even tell where that was coming from. And I think a lot of it was just feeling like I should be pushing myself harder. I should be challenging myself more. It's been great working with Martin, always singing his words. But I felt like even when we were making Exciter, although I really enjoyed the album, I felt that there was something more I should be doing, that I wasn't pushing myself enough. And so I think a lot of the songs came out of that.
Dirty, sticky floor.
When I wrote these songs with Narcs for Paper Monsters, we always was thinking about how the songs would be performed live. And that's always really important to me, because it's where I believe that you're able to capture a moment. Much like sometimes you do in the studio, but much more live, because you don't get a chance to repair something. You have to just give it everything that you've got. The title came about, I heard someone in New York when I was somewhere, I can't remember, I heard someone talking about fear, like their fear of doing something. I can't remember what it was. It didn't really matter. What I hooked into was the fear, and they were talking about these monsters that are created for themselves, and I identified with that. Just the fear of some imaginary thing that's going to get me or somehow stop me from doing what I want to do. And really I just create that for myself, and became like a wall of, that was stopping me from taking the risk to do something different and to expose myself or something. And I figured I'd done that in a very sort of negative way for a long time. Had a lot of sort of negative stories written about me, and some things that were true and some that weren't. And I've really been yearning to, and my life has changed a lot, and I feel good about a lot of things in my life, and I wanted to express a lot of that. And when I tried to express it, there would also, some of the old demons would come up and almost like to stop me. So, that became the Paper Monsters. I wouldn't recommend taking the route that I did to anybody, with too much alcohol and too much drugs and all that kind of stuff. And it starts out in a very sort of innocent way, but after years and years and years and years, it becomes like this animal. But I was lucky enough to get on the other side of that, and you know, so I guess, yeah, I was able to use that experience. I have learned a lot from, I wouldn't call them mistakes, you know, it's my journey. And I was lucky enough to catch myself before I fell in too deep.
You'll always need me much more than I need you.
You know, I have nothing to complain about today. I really don't. And it doesn't mean that I don't wake up some mornings and like everybody and I just can't deal, but I have so much in my life, you know, and I just want to try and keep working and become a better husband and a better father. And I know that my children will teach me how to do that. My wife will teach me how to be a better husband. And there's a lot of room for improvement. And if I keep working and writing and working with people that want to put something good into the world, and good things happen. You know, I've already got a lot of ideas, and I'm looking for a small space in New York to rent, and it's going to be really small, so I can put some equipment in there and be able to work in there with Knox and whoever else, maybe Victor from my band and maybe Martijn, and write together and see where that goes, whether that's going to be my next album or songs that will appear on a Depeche Mode album. I don't really know.